You're watching High Megas Supreme. Comment, follow, share, save, like, subscribe, get notified.
What we in the building? What we doing, man? Let's. I'm waiting on Dwayne. Dwayne about to check in, and we about to get it started. Until then, you dig? Let everybody come on into the building before we get it started. You know what I mean? How everybody doing out there? How is everybody doing out there? You might as well call this Monday Night Raw. You might as well call this Monday Night Raw, because ain't nobody in the game talking about what me and the goat talking about. Me and the goat be talking. Who? Ooh, I got some hair. Sorry. Make sure I got to be straight. What me and the goat about to talk about? Man, we were about to talk about some stuff, and then what had happened was, he said, "Hey, man, let's talk about this." And you see the title. You see the title, man. You know what? Wait a minute. Excuse me. Let me get some water because I'm on here. I didn't want to be late. So that's why you caught me slipping. You caught me slipping. Hold on. All right. You caught me slipping, man. So I had to give me some water. Hold up. But hold on, what somebody said before we get this started. We in the building. Somebody said love gang. Somebody said love gang in the building. You feel me? You already know. This is the love gang. This is the symbol for the love gang. I love you, or however you want to juxtapose it. A lot of y'all think this is a devil symbol, but it is not. It is an ancient, whatever you like to call it, African or black or melanin with carbon. You know, we call ourselves all kind of names. Ancient, um, God frequencies that we are today. Because believe it or not, we are the gods reborn, the macrocosm, living out this microcosmic lives. And those of us who can remember it, having our way with this shit. Those of us who can remember that we are the gods reborn, living our life out as microcosmic versions of our macrocosmic existences because we are so ginormous. Those the ones that's having their way with this. They keep on telling y'all that the elite think that there are, that there are a bloodline or they are special and chosen by some type of God. Well, you know, that may be true for them. And I'm saying I'm chosen by the goddess. And what, Negroes? Can we get past what kind of gods we believe in so that we can get to the bread, Fred? Because all y'all talking all this stuff, but ain't none of y'all talking about no money. Y'all talk all the woo-de-woo and but ain't nobody talking about the funds, though. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. You feel me? It's most definitely, I drive out into society and all I see is a people who are trying to rid themselves of themselves. What do I mean by that? You can tell people are sick of themselves. You can tell that people are sick of themselves. You can tell that people don't like themselves. You can tell that people don't like life. You can tell. You can see it. You can tell that they have lost their edge. They have lost their ability to compete. They have lost that fire that got them started with the journey in the first place. Y'all remember the fire that all y'all had when y'all first started? It all died out on y'all, bruh. And y'all ain't turned up for real. That's why y'all keep on getting the same results, because you keep doing the same thing, keep on getting to the same questions and receiving the same answers and manifesting the same destinies over and over and over and over. And why? Because they keep gotten us focused on the past. They got us focused on the past. So what does that do when you keep a people focused on the past, or if a person stays focused on the past? Can anybody tell me what happens if a person stays focused on the past? You will automatically begin to what? Resonate with the past and reverberate, or what? Project or vibrate the frequency of the past, your past way of thinking, your past way of feeling, your past way of doing things, your past way of interacting with people, your past way of not respecting yourself. Therefore, if you don't respect yourself, you're definitely not going to respect others. You don't respect you. Look, see, this is why most people can't even come around me. Most people can't even come around me because they don't even respect their self. So I already know you're not about to respect what's going on over here. Over here is real healing. This ain't the fake, oh, come over, fly by night healing. No, this is the real sanctuary. This is the real sanctuary. We are a polytheistic church, and we believe in the powers of the great grand holy mother, the goddess, Mother Nature, and magic, bro. The magic of them, the magic of the Trinity. That's what we own. And if you ain't got a strict, if you still sucking the white boy cock, if you still goosenecking on the white boy, you're still rubbernecking and goosenecking and slobbing and bobbing on a white boy's dick, what happens? You see what we got in society today. A whole bunch of weaklings. The world is full of weaklings. The purge is upon us. What is the purge? Last time I checked, one of nature's laws was only the strong survive. Survival of the fittest. There's about to be some stuff you're going to see that's going to be making it hard for you to smile in the future. But whatever you see, through all the rain and the pain, you got to keep your sense of humor. You got to be able to smile through all this bullshit. Keep your head up. Yeah. Our lifestyles be closed caption. Addicted to fatal attraction. Pictures of actions. Playback. Ooh, man, you don't want me to get into the timeless shining serpent. You don't want me to light bear right now. You don't want me to be a light bearer and shine a light on some darkness in your ignorance right now. Because I'll shine some light on the darkness of your ignorance right now. And I guarantee you, by the time you finish listening, you're going to say, hey, I think he's right. It makes sense. And if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. See? And this is what it's all about. Why? Because nobody didn't know that money was a goddess. All y'all want money, but don't nobody want to holler at the goddess to get the money. Show me somebody that got some money, and I'll show you somebody that got some feminine energy around them on deck right now. Or they acting like a female, or they're acting like a female. You feel me? You feel me? So, yeah, man, we got some crucial stuff to talk about. I'm waiting on Dwayne to get in here. You feel me? But until he gets in here, we're gonna keep it going. You feel what I'm saying? I know for a fact that him and I have at least for at least the last 6 years. At least the last 6 years. You feel me? Born with less, but you still precious. But see, remember, we're not born with less. See, and that's what the Bible tells you in Revelations. The Bible tells you in is that if Revelation 2:9 or 1:9, and it tells you that I know you say you're poor, but in actuality, you're really rich. And it says, I know them who are of the synagogue of Satan, but they do lie. They lie. they with the God body, but they lie. They say they with God's body. They say they with the Christ body, but they be lying, Craig. Um, the number one thing we gotta watch out for, the number one thing we gotta look out for is our self growth and our self healing. While we're on this growth and healing journey, you're gonna come across a lot of distractions. But you have to make sure that what you're doing is more important than the distraction. And also, you have to make sure that the distraction is well worth it. See, a lot of y'all distracted by a whole bunch of things that don't make no money. And that's where the problem is. I always said being over here in the root chakra of the earth called Tameri, America, the real, the true, real, ancient, you know what? That ancient land. You feel me? The number one thing, remember, and you're right. Weed is well worth it, but that is a whole nother thing about we got to do a whole saga on weeds. And they had a whole TV show called Weeds, and you know, Dr. Dre had an album called The Chronic, and they got a lot of opinions about the marijuana industry, the hemp industry. Hemp is going to save America. No, get that. Don't ever get that twisted. Hemp is going to save America because what's going to happen is something so crazy going to happen. Everybody going to need to smoke one. Everybody going to need to something crazy going to happen in America, and everybody going to need to hit the weed, and I continue doing 90. Will I get caught? Another ticket, get the kick it in court. Man, F the law. I've been worse than before. Man, listen, bro. I don't know why, man. I don't know why Tupac doing that right now. I don't know why Tupac doing that right now. Shock Dog, what's good? You've slimmed down since last time I seen you live. Yes, sir, man. The health is the wealth, man. I was off my game. I was off my game, man. A tragic thing happened to me, and I backslid when a tragic thing happened to me, and that tragic thing was the death of my daughter, the death of my baby girl. You feel what I'm saying? She died tragically, and that made me backslide, man. And I went back to my fat boy ways. I went back to placating the pain with drugs, because that ain't food we eating, bro. That's drugs masquerading as food. But man, I gotta call Dwayne. I'm gonna have to call Dwayne, man, so we could get this party started. At the 15-minute mark, I'm gonna call Dwayne and see if he's ready. See if he's ready to get it popping. But in between time, you know, yeah, but I didn't. I kept going, even though I was placating. I backslid. I still stayed consistent in certain things that never stopped. Even though I backslid, I still stay consistent in my magic. Even though I backslid, I still stay consistent in my faith in the great grand holy mother of all divine. Even though I backslid, I still stay consistent in certain healthy things that got me eventually back on track. Because anything that you're consistent at is going to run on autopilot in your life eventually. If you keep doing something over and 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 over, and this is why it's called No Days Off. The reason why it's called No Days Off, because literally I know what it's like to work every single day on one thing, year after year after year, with no days off. 365 days a year. That thing or things are worked on. 365 days a year. I never miss a day. I know what it's like to never miss a day for years straight. I'm in year 11. I'm in year 11. I just made my 11th year. I just made my 11th year. So guess what? I know what it is to go way past 1080 HP. I know I'm in 4K. I'm in 4K with it. So understand that during this time of the craziness, you feel me, we're going to be encountering a lot of illusions, a lot of, AI crap, a lot of, and I'm not saying don't believe in AI. I'm not saying don't, believe in Google or anything like that. I'm saying that you need to connect the dots and you need to apply scrutiny. But how can we even apply scrutiny when the majority of us The majority of, look at the generation that's got it right now, they can't read. Y'all, do you understand that? Do you understand how far back we've fallen now? Because we can't read. If you can't read, that means you can't communicate. Especially if you can't read in the language of your native or of your current tongue. I'm not saying don't learn another language. I'm saying, hey, look, the majority of our kids can't read. Listen, the American school system is doing so bad that there are passing children with failing grades just so that we don't look bad. And y'all wonder why the malpractice is going up in the schools? They chat GPT their way through med school. They Googled and OnlyFans their way through undergrad. As soon as they go 18, they in college on OnlyFans getting it on. And if they're not on college on OnlyFans, they outside doing something crazy, but can't even read. People pull up on them, hit them with a cold-blooded. Now you know you were riding in the wrong lane. You know that, ma'am. I'm sorry, officer. You don't know your rights. You don't know your rights. You don't know how to say, I reserve my right to stay silent. That's a right that you have. Do you know? And if you exercise that right, those guys are going to have to do their actual jobs. But most of them don't know how to do their actual job. Why? Because they don't know how to. A lot of these cats don't know how to read, bro. I want to really, 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 really get you guys to understand how important that is. They tell you reading is fundamental. All right, reading, that's the fundamentals. Wait a minute. This is why reading is so important. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple examples. In the Hadith, or in the Quran, or in the folklore, in the mythology of Islam, there's a story about how the angel Gabriel visited the Prophet Muhammad in a cave. Now, the Prophet Muhammad, being illiterate as he was, he wondered, why would such a thing happen to me in the cave? The angel Gabriel kept telling him one word. That one word was Ikra. 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 And Ikra in Arabic to English means read. But I don't know how to read. Read, you learn. And, then the mythology goes and the Quran flowed through him as he married his 6-year-old wife. Go figure. But it was Ikra. Read. Read. Understanding another study. Studies show that people who know how to read well are more successful than people who don't. These are just statistics. Google them, Chat GPT them, Grok them, Claude them, Gemini them, DeepSeek them. You're going to find that people who know, the better a person know how to read and, ready, and comprehend what they're reading, the better and more success that person has in life. Generally, I'm just talking about in the regular masses of the populations who pay they tax to Uncle Sam. If you pay taxes to Uncle Sam, the people who know how to actually read and comprehend what they're reading are having a more experiential time in this matrix than the people who don't know how to read. The people who don't know how to read are actually receiving hell in this matrix because you don't know how to read. When you don't know how to read words and comprehend words, how are you going to be able to read a room? Right? How are you going to be able to read body language? 85% of all language is nonverbal, but we can understand body language, right? But when it comes to the intricacies of higher learning, right? A person must be able to know how to do both. You must be able to know how to read body language well as you must know how to articulate yourself well. When and only when you do that, then you will begin to see an increase in the quality of people that you encounter because you know how to communicate better than the average Joe. The average Joe, and what, like that little boy. Hold on, man. Let me get to this commercial real quick, and I'm about to go holler get Dwayne on here real quick. Um, I ran over the time. Let me get Dwayne in here real quick and see what's going on. Uh, all praise be to the great grand holy mother of all divine.
Great grand holy mother of all divine, the source of all gods and goddesses. Great grand holy mother of all divine, the primordial from which we all derive. Great grand holy mother of all divine, the nothingness that allows all somethings to exist. Great grand holy mother of all divine, she is all mother, there is none greater than she. Great grand holy mother of all divine, for she is the vastness that allows us all to experience boundaries. Great grand holy mother of all divine, mother of Ra, the most high, great grand holy father. Great grand holy father Ra, he who created himself from she. Great grand holy father Ra, creator and father of all things, father of all beings. She is his source. Amen Ra Ptah Aum.
She is the great grand holy mother of all divine. She is the great grand holy mother of all divine. Source of all gods, guide our lives. You are the great grand holy mother of all divine. She is the great grand holy mother of all divine. You are the great grand holy mother of all divine. Source of all gods, guide our lives. In the name of the great grand holy mother of all divine. Sara, 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 Ishandro Boshitaya, Ishandro Boshitaya, Sara, Sara. Sara is the name of the great grand holy mother and father of all divine. So I just talked to Dwayne. He's gonna be a little late. So I'm about to, within this first hour, I'm about to you know, carry that right quick until he gets in here. Let me make sure that I shout out the book. Go get the book, man. Go get the book.
The Black Cube Codex, Saturn exposed, sovereignty restored, Chakra Doctor XYZ.
Okay. All right. Go get the book, man. We in the last day of Taurus before Gemini hits tomorrow. Gemini hits in a little bit. So make sure you go get your Taurus algorithm. Happy birthday to all the Tauruses, man. Had a great season. See you next year.
Taurus money algorithms. Bulldoze money into your life today. Chakra Doctor XYZ.
And last but not least, you already know, I gotta give my honor and praise to the great grand holy mother of all divine. I'm not God banging. I'm just giving humble respect, honor, and praise to the sacred feminine, to the great grand holy mother of all divine, to the goddess, Mother Nature, Mother Life, Mother Karma. They them bitches, man, for sure, for sure. And I wouldn't be right here talking to y'all if it wasn't for she. Um, I wouldn't even be right here uh expressing anything. I wouldn't even be in this position if one day I was in the streets and I didn't get on my knees and say, Great Grand Holy Mother, please take me out these streets. I will do anything you want me to. I will scream your name to the rooftop. Just don't cripple me and don't kill me. Don't unalive me and don't handicap me. And I'm going and get me out these streets. And I'm going to do whatever you need me to do. I'm going to do whatever you want me to do. And in less than a week, I was in a predicament that put me in a jail cell. And that jail cell, I became chakra doctor. And everything you're seeing right now and witnessing right now, I built it in that jail cell. Came home, consistently worked on it and executed it into a mastery. So much so that, hey, you seeing chakra doctor right now. So the reason why I be giving my opinion and my perspective, because a lot of people don't know. No, I go, just go Google my name, man. I really got caught up for stuff that I was living a uneducated minded life. I didn't have a proper education on what life was. I didn't have a proper um, tutoring on what life was. You know what I mean? A lot of us don't, but we don't want to admit it, right? But this is why communication is so important. And my mom and my dad always made me read, 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 read. The more you read and comprehend, the more knowledge you get, the more power you're going to have because you're going to be able to apply that power. And that is very much true. That's very much true. So, you know, if it wasn't if it wasn't for me seeking knowledge, this is how became a Christian, because I was seeking knowledge, trying to seek the truth. Went into the Bible, had more questions. Boom, seeking knowledge, seek the truth. Went to Islam, became a Muslim, had more questions. Seeking knowledge, seek the truth. But my mom was a Christian and my dad was a Muslim. As a matter of fact, this is why they got divorced, because my mom wanted my dad to submit to Christianity and my daddy wasn't on that. And, you know, throwing a little occultic magic practices between the two of them. And now you have you know, now you have dad cheating on mom with the voodoo lady. And the only reason why I call it cheating because, niggas lying about it. If you want to have a unique situation in your relationships, be honest about it. The only way it's going to come is if you be honest about it until the right pieces of the puzzle fall into place for you when you're eligible for them. But a lot of y'all want things that y'all are not eligible for. I'm like, I gotta drive this home. I was just listening to this when I was doing some clips, and one of the things that was said was, people always want things that they didn't put the work in to earn. And this is the era we live in, and that is a horrible way to look at life. I want something that I didn't work to get. I want something that I didn't invent. I want something that I didn't create. I want the benefits, meaning I want the benefits of these things. All right. I want the benefit of being a husband, even though I didn't marry this female. And when I say marry, I'm not talking about going to church and putting on no ring. That's not marriage. That's the trap. That's the Black Cube Codex. Go get the book. Go get the book. That's the Black Cube Codex. Marriage in the Bible is when one lays with another. Remember this. And in the Bible, they describe laying with one another as, and Adam laid with his wife and he knew her, or Abraham laid with Sarah and he knew her. Um, you know, you know, that's how they describe intercourse in the Bible, knowing someone. So think about it. A whole bunch of people is running around having a doo-wop hickey, doing a doo-wop diddly dang dang, and they don't know each other, right? These are causing what y'all call them soul ties, but in actuality, that's spiritual alignments. That's marriages. That's marriages right there. Now, when y'all do it in the physical form, and y'all go do it in the church, and you throw a big old fiesta, and you have all of these people show up, and you pay all of this money to show off that you guys are together. That there, my friend, is idiocy. That is idiocy. Why? That literally goes against what all black people want. It was that financial freedom. Why would I spend $50,000 on a wedding, $100,000 on a wedding just to say that I love you? just to say that we lit like that, just to say, oh, we rich, and we just do it like that in these societies. Nah, see, this is why y'all gonna fall. Because that same money y'all wasting on weddings, that same money y'all wasting on charities, that same, yeah, these false charities, you know, the false charity called, whatever you like to call it. Um, whether it's your false charity is spending it on shoes, whether your false charity is spending it on this or that. I'm not saying go buy that. I'm not saying not go buy that. I'm saying look at what is keeping us in financial debt. We are trying to break away free from something, but we keep spending our money with the something that we're trying to break free from. How does that go? You can't say I'm trying to quit using drugs, but I'm spending my money on drugs. It's impossible. I guarantee you, if you spend, because that which we spend our money on, we kind of, sort of tend to pay attention to that more because we spent our money. What does our money represent? Our energy, the energy that it took for you to make that money, the time that it took for you to make that money. And money is a goddess, but a lot of y'all not even aligned with the sacred feminine energy that in a positive way, right? A lot of y'all don't even know that the female is the table. The female is the table. You know why? You ready? What is the table used for? A table is used to experience things on. The female keep telling you, I am the table. What are you waiting on? Give me something, put something on me. Get me something to do. I'm the table. What, you gonna put some drinks on here? I'm the table. What, you gonna create some art on here? I'm the table. What, you gonna flip some dope on here? Cut some dope down on here? I'm the table. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna make you some drinks on here? I'm the table. What you gonna do? You gonna play you some chess on here? I'm the table. What you gonna do? You gonna play you some checkers on here? She's the table. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You gonna play some dominoes on the table? But last time I checked, she is the table. Why are you guys so out of tune with nature? It's called Mother Nature. Mother Nature is a she. Everybody abides by she. That's what are we doing? The checkerboard ain't the checkerboard without a board. She's the board. It's called a motherboard. She's the table. What are we doing? We're going against Mother Nature and we wonder why we're suffering. We wonder why we're in pain. We're at the highest level of depression where we ever been. We're at the highest level of anxiety that we ever been. We're at the highest levels of heart disease, at the highest levels of diabetes, at the highest levels of all of the said things that are ailing society. We're at the highest levels of the pedo. We're at the highest levels of the unaliving, highest levels of all of the negativity. And everybody keep talking about peace, 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 my family. Peace, 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 my brother and sister. How? In what world? In what world? In what world? In what world? Will there ever be peace? I don't know why. And I know there'll never be peace. That's why I keep when I walk the streets, will there ever be peace? They telling you. Even Jesus said in the Bible, nay, I came not to bring peace. I came to bring a sword. I take the S off a sword to put it at the end. I got words. He said he came to bring some words because in the beginning there was the word, and the word was God. The word is God. This is why death and life is in the power of the tongue. You got to understand what road you traveling on this road of life. And you got to understand the signs. But a lot of y'all don't understand the signs. A lot of y'all don't see the red light, green light, yellow light. A lot of y'all, what they call it, crashing out. You're crashing out because ye lack knowledge. They tell you in the book, O ye who lack knowledge, you shall perish because you lack knowledge. You don't know enough. If you knew enough, you'll be able to get on the direction of the right course. This is why I think people take courses in life, because courses brings us closer to the destination that we're trying to travel. But a lot of us don't even know where we're traveling because a lot of us don't even know the direction we want to head in. You got to head in the direction, make up your mind, put your 10 toes down to the ground, and keep on going. Hold on. I see some comments in here that I didn't see before. See, look, The guy that's talking about he's a homeless veteran. So you trying to tell me it's our fault that you sold your soul to Uncle Sam's military and they don't want to take care of you and now you homeless? So it's our fault, right? Remember this. Remember this. Think about this. He said, I'm a homeless veteran. So you sold your soul to the military and now they don't want to take care of you and it's up to us. Man, if Mother Nature was like that, she would have never made it to the level where she's at right now. Mother Nature is an evolver. Remember, survival of the fittest, only the strong survive. I was homeless too, but I wasn't on the internet begging people to help me because I had sold my soul to the streets and now I'm homeless, so somebody help me, y'all. Somebody, nah. When I was homeless, I built a company. When I was homeless, I built companies, and now those companies are on infinite flow. Infinite waters diving deep. Yeah, but I'm at my 11th year of this stuff. I'm at my 11th year of this shit. I'm at my 11th year of it. Comment, follow, share, save, like, subscribe, get notified. Okay? And hey, man, last time I checked, somebody said you're full of shit. Last time I checked, the average human is walking around with at least 50 to 30 pounds of shit inside of them at any given moment. Hey, I think we're all full of shit. I think we're all full of shit. As a matter of fact, it's to a percentage scale. I'm probably the least full of shit person. I'm probably the least full of shit person that there is. Because out of all of y'all that's watching this, I'm I get disturb on, man. I gotta cut my do not disturb on, brother. Uh testing 1 2. If I'm coming in, let me know. If I'm coming in loud and clear, let me know. Uh yeah. So what it do, what it does, what it is, what it was. If I'm coming in loud and clear, let me know. You feel me? Look, you don't even know. You don't even know. Somebody, I'm about to go to the bot. Upstate, upstate New York. So he called these seashells. See, he don't even know. He don't even know, man. Let me show you. Let me show you something, Duck Butter. I'm gonna give y'all. See, I could give education right here on the spot because I mastered this stuff. Right, I mastered this stuff, so I'm gonna give it to you right here on the spot. Hold on, let me add it real quick. Let me add it to the queue. Let me add it to the queue real quick, so people can see how you just got to get. Let me see. Am I coming in clear? Let me know. Loud and clear. Am I loud and clear? All right? Everybody say yeah. All right. Boom. All right. Hold on. I'm waiting for it to download into the stream. Waiting for it to download into the stream. Oh, here you go. Boom. So y'all ready? Now y'all about to learn a lesson. Y'all about to learn a lesson. We about to learn a lesson before Dwayne get on up in here. We're about to learn a lesson. All right. Uh, Here we go. Y'all make sure y'all take a screenshot of that, man. All praise be to the God is Ajay Shaluga, the benevolent provider of all human needs, owner of prosperity, as abundant as the seas, the oceans, the rivers, the streams. Owner of all prosperity. Goddess, I pray that you bless me for educating your people of why I do what I do. I do what I do because my life is magical. So once again, I'll show it for everybody who don't get it in the back. I'll read it out loud for you for the people who can't read. Hold on, I'm about to read it out loud for you. Here we go. Hold on, I'm sorry. Here we go. Cowrie shells, you ready? Cowrie shells were the first global currency used from Africa to China for centuries. Can't drop one of Blue's Clues. Can we drop one of Blue's Clues right quick, bro? Drop one of Blue's Clues. This is the global currency. I'm on a different type of time frame than y'all, man. I'm on the Cowrie. Y'all on Moloch. I'm on the Cowrie. Man, see, listen, Cowrie shall see, look good. All praises be to I say, yeah, y'all wearing them crazy diamond chains, man. Ain't worth more than this. Your diamond chain ain't even worth more than this. And this costs less. But it ain't worth more. It's a global currency. It's a global currency recognized everywhere. Yeah. F your Rolex. I got the Cowrie with me. I got the Cowrie Irving with me, man. I got the Cowrie Irving with me. F. Oh, y'all can't see me now? Hold on, man. Y'all can't see me now. They probably let me see. Hold on. Let me log in. I'm coming out and coming right back in, man. I'm coming out and coming right back in. Hold on. Y'all say y'all can't see me now. Coming out and coming right back in. Hold up.
Chakra Doctor.
Chakra Doctor.
Chakra Doctor.
Chakra Doctor.
Chakra Doctor. Chakra Doctor.
Chakra Doctor.
Chakra Doctor.
Or Chakra Doctor.
The Chakra Doctor.
The Chakra Doctor.
Chakra Doctor.
Chakra Doctor.
Chakra Doctor.
Chakra Doctor. Chakra Doctor.
Chakra Doctor.
Chakra Doctor. Chakra Doctor.
Chakra Doctor.
Thank you so much, Chakra Doctor.
For all the people that say I'm racist. If I'm racist, then why is the Snow Bunny Illuminati telling me, thank you, Chakra Doctor? If I'm racist, no, I can never be racist. I'm just a truth sayer, and the truth offends people who are living lies. And my white children, my white family, y'all living a lie. Y'all living a lie called racism. Hold on, let me tie this tag. Tie my mic tag. Y'all living a lie called racism, man. Little do y'all know that everything in life is black. Black, white, Hispanic, or Asian, we are all black. Black is not of color. Black is the source of color, and there is nothing blacker than carbon. Carbon accounts for 98.93% of all living. 98.93% of all living is living because of black. When you look, every single one of you, look, you ready? Every single racist person who is looking at this, just take this note. And every single person who is not racist, take this information as a weapon and a lesson to arm yourself with. You ready? Everybody who has to look in the mirror, when they look into the middle of their eyes, they're going to see a black dot, a black hole, a black lens called a pupil. A pupil. That pupil is I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a reptile, you got a black slit. If you are a cat, you got a black slit. If you are a mammal, but most cats got the black circle. So it's crazy how the domesticated cats got a black slit like the reptile. We gotta dive down that rabbit hole soon. That's a rabbit hole we gotta dive down, and I don't think everybody is ready for it right now. I don't think everybody ready for that rabbit hole. We still trying to get over people's melanin and lack thereof. Okay, so one thing for certain and two things for sure. We have to represent ourselves properly. So nature and science, to back up nature, shows you that all things are black because all things are 98.93% carbon based. And the thing that is found heavily in melanated people is a thing called carbon 12. This is why you have 12 zodiac signs. Carbon 12. Really, and remember, females got carbon 13 because of the mitochondrial DNA sequence. Okay? So 13 plus 12 is 25th. Don't we celebrate his birth on the 25th? Didn't a lot of these celebrities unalive on the 25th? You got to understand 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 is the G. Wait a minute. L7 square, cube, black, codex. I don't know. I might just be talking some crazy, worthless knowledge, man. You know, I might be talking some crazy, worthless knowledge, and who knows? Love the shirt, bro. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. One of my man, Marty McFly, my guy. Marty McFly, my guy. Marty McFly and Doc. Marty McFly and Doc. Hey, bro, now look at me. I'm really on some Doc shit. Hold on. Let me make sure everything is tight and secure. All right, yeah. I'm really on my Doc shit. I went to see Back to the Future in the 80s. Man, you got to understand what you know about the DeLorean. What you know about the name DeLorean? What do you know about how fast that they had to travel in order to reach the speed of time travel? Right? Right? Man, now that I'm a time traveler, I can listen. Now that I'm an official time traveler, now that I'm an official time shifter, now that I'm an official time master, I understand all of the time movies all too well now. All of the time movies and time travel movies make all of the shows that involve time travel, not just the time movies, but all of the shows that involve time travel make so much more sense now. And why was that 88 miles per hour? Can anybody now we're going somewhere, Travis? Travis, we going somewhere. Why? What does the 88 miles per hour represent, Travis? What does the 88 miles per hour? In order for them on Back to the Future to get into the time travel speed, not light speed. They wasn't trying to reach light speed. They were trying to they used the light. They used the weather as the light. Wait a minute. They used the lightning rod as the light. They used the light. They were using the light. But what speed did they need to be going at in order to use the light? They had to be going what? It represents the speed for time travel. No, it represents the 88 constellations of the zodiac. A lot of y'all think the zodiac is just 12 constellations. No, sir. The zodiac is 88 constellations. Do you know there's a constellation called, there's a zodiac called Leo Minor. There's a zodiac called Serpens. There's a zodiac called, Dorado. There's a zodiac called Draco. There's a zodiac. There are 88 constellations. And the reason why that 88 had to go 88 miles per hour, because the 8 represents the overall seating of the galactic confederations. Multiple different constellations, multiple different suns, multiple different planets, multiple different moons, comets, and so on and so forth. And y'all didn't understand that because y'all don't understand. If you don't understand the constellations, if you don't understand the zodiac, if you don't understand numerology, if you don't understand astrology, if you don't understand the Christian Bible, if you don't understand the Quran, if you don't understand the Bhagavad Gita, if you don't understand the Torah, if you don't understand Think and Grow Rich, if you don't understand the power of now, if you don't understand the 48 laws of power, if you don't understand the richest man in Babylon, if you don't understand how to win friends and influence people, if you don't understand I said the power of now. I'm gonna say it again though. If you don't understand the power of now, if you don't understand the Black Cube Codex, if you don't understand blacked out through whitewash, if you don't understand drugs masquerading as foods, if you don't understand the ISIS papers, if you don't understand the Great Black Mama of Creation, if you don't understand Rich Dad, Poor Dad, if you don't understand, it's a lot. It's a lot to understand. You better get the understanding now. Ikra, read. But a lot of y'all don't know how to read, and if you want to hide something from the people, put it in a book. This is why all of the things that mean anything are in books. And this is why it's called the book of life and the book of this and the book of that. It's either a book or a tree, and books are made of trees, so it's ultimately a tree. Every book is its own tree because books are made of trees. The Akashic records are not in the book. The Akashic records are not in the trees. Well, the trees possess the mitochondrial DNA of the Akashic records, but the Akashic records themselves are too infinitely big to put in a book. You can't fit them in a book. The Akashic records are The Akashic records is what makes all of us being one possible. All of us being one possible. So if you don't understand linen or 100% pure cotton or cotton or 85 cotton 15 polyester, 85 cotton 15 polyester, the 85-15 rule. If you don't know how to do the 85-15 rule, you never heard about the 85-15 rule? 85% of the earth is water. 85% of all language is nonverbal. 85% of the population is right-handed. I think it's like 90% now of the population is right-handed, but it was the 85, the 85 15 rule, the law of majorities. 85, percent of the world are not criminals, right? How our nations have, well, no, they haven't corrupted the food and the water. When you eat a cow, that's not food. That's a ritual to Moloch. When you eat a fish, that's not food. That's a ritual to all of the gods that are tied to the fish, to all of the fish gods. When you eat ducks, that's not food. That's a ritual to all of the goddesses and gods who are associated with ducks. That's why you got to that's why you got to get the 9.5. Get the 9.5. Get the 9.5 water, and you won't have to worry about the fluoride. Get the 9 and use 9.5 for everything you do. I use 9.5 like lotion. You don't need no moisturizer if you got 9.5. Use the 9.5. Okay? The 9.5 is what's going to get you there. Okay? So understand, they got us addicted to taste. They got us addicted to the taste buds. They don't have us. We're not correctively formed in the process of understanding what food is. I told you I got to get the book, Drugs Masquerading as Food. These are not foods we're eating. These are drugs we're consuming. And these drugs are shaped like something that would remind us of a food, but they're not food. I'm not saying don't eat it. I'm saying just know what it is when you eat it. Know that, like on the Matrix, Cypher was selling his soul back to the Matrix. And when Cypher was selling his soul back to the Matrix, he said out loud to remind himself, now, I know that this steak is not real. It is the Matrix sending signals to my brain telling me that this is a steak, but I know for a fact that it's not a steak. And he bit into the steak and he said, ignorance is bliss. And in the Islamic culture, the name of the devil in the Islamic culture is bliss. It's called Iblis, or is bliss, right? Cypher sold out his soul. He didn't want to tough it out and eat the porridge. He didn't want to tough it out and visit the Matrix every night. No, he wanted to live in the Matrix and, man, make me a superstar this time. Make me a movie star this time. Da, 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 da. And guess what? Agent Smith couldn't even make it out the Matrix. Neo bust Agent Smith. I said, you made a deal with him and sold your soul to the Matrix for nothing. You back in regular. I guarantee the Matrix gave you as a regular job. So we didn't see Cypher no more in the movie. Matrix gave him a regular job, a regular gig, and he was back in the Matrix, sleep in the vat, knocked out, sleepy. And Morpheus was captured by Smith. But remember, what did Agent Smith try to do Morpheus? He tried to make Morpheus tell him the truth. But Morpheus, it made him what? It made him sleepy. And what is Morpheus? Morpheus, if I'm not mistaken, Morpheus is the Greek god of dreams. So Morpheus, the Greek god of dreams, woke up Neo, who is a neophyte to the god, and Trinity's love is what activated the Trinity. That's why she's called Trinity. She is remember, it's in the male Trinity is Father, Son, Mother, but in the female Trinity is Mother, Daughter. It's Mother, Daughter, it's Great Mother, Mother, Daughter. He tried to get the codes. Remember, all of these are all Bible Christian insinuendo. He tried to get the codes for Zion, and her name is Trinity. It's all different God forms playing out in a movie, and this is how they introduce the Matrix to us. And this is how we know if you sleep or not. You still arguing over if the Earth is round or flat. This is how we know you still sleep. You sleep. Why? Because you occupy your mind with nothing. You occupy your mind with that does not grow you. Whether this MF is flat or round, you still got to go to work tomorrow. Whether this MF is flat or round, you still got to pay bills. Whether this MF is flat or round, you're still going to have to get your dick wet and have you some sex with somebody. Whether this MF is flat or round, you're still going to have to take care of those kids. Whether this MF is flat or round, you're still going to have to open your door and put on your pants one leg at a time, like the rest of us. Whether it's flat or round, you're going to have to go your behind to that job that you don't like so that you can make ends meet so that your crazy behind don't be homeless. Whether it's flat or round. You feel me? So we don't care about frivolous matters that don't grow us. Whether it's flat or round, your head's still round. And some of you niggas motherfucker got flat heads. Got a flat head screwdriver. Some things is flat, some things is round. It's called monopoly. That's what it's all about, people. But as long as you are on the wrong type of time, worrying about things that don't grow you, worrying about things that don't make no money, worrying about things that don't get you nowhere in life, worrying about all of these crazy, frivolous things, then eventually, you're gonna hit a dead end. These things are not real. They're illusions. Remember, in the Matrix, the kid told Neo, in order for him to truly bend the Matrix and understand the Matrix, he had to realize that there is no spoon. Understand that this is a holographic computer simulation. This is why it's called The Simpsons. The Sons of the Sim. Wait a minute. So y'all don't know that life is a simulation? If it's a simulation, there's no such thing as flat around. It's a computer code. You can code it to be cylindrical. You can code it to be, and you show you the flower of life and the sacred geometry is multiple different shapes. It could be any shape it wants. It could be any shape that the will of the universal organism desires. Because the motherboard is in control of the overall goings on of the Ma that is playing tricks. It's both. You can't have one without the other. That's the thing where people try to mess up with duality. People try to take duality and pick a side. No. It's not pick a side. They tell you all the time, when you drinking, use in moderation. Sometimes people don't get along and they can't get along so much, so they need a moderator. They need 2 points of view. They need both sides of the coin. There's 2 sides to every story. But they say there are really 3 sides to every story. Your side, my side, and the truth. And a lot of things are happening right now. You see a lot of these white folks being busted for pedophilia, getting life in prison, being busted for RAPE, getting all kind of numbers. You see them doing all of these horrible things to these kids. You see them getting and white people, man, I applaud you. White people, I applaud you for arresting your own kind for doing all of these crazy things. But the war is not finished. We need to understand that the majority, that 80% of the sex crimes come from the white Latino side of the family. So with that being said, that's what thug life meant when Tupac meant thug life. What does thug life mean? Thug life is an acronym that Tupac used, and the acronym stood for the hate you gave little infants fucked everybody. And that acronym it was way ahead of, it was too far ahead of our time for us to understand what he was talking about. But this trafficking children thing, that's what he's talking about. That's what he was talking about. I feel like Pac and Big was, I feel like all of these little Hollywood kids is trafficked children, bro. You know, I feel like they cover up their scars with makeup, and they cover up their pain with smiles, and they act like life is such a glorious life when in actuality they are miserable. And because misery loves company, they want you to join them. And this is where the battle begins. The battle of who? The battle of you and your sane-minded decision-making skills. Because if you don't know how to make sane-minded decision-making skills, meaning if you don't have common sense, and the world is void of common sense, nobody has common sense anymore. Nobody. This is why people don't respect nothing. This is why people aren't getting respect. This is why people don't know how to move and shake in the world, because they don't have common sense anymore. So understand that. Understand common sense is gone in the society. And why is common sense gone? Because people don't know how to read, and people don't know, and the people that do know how to read don't know how to comprehend. Because people don't know how to read, and the people that do know how to read don't know how to comprehend. Why? They took cursive away. Cursive, writing in cursive connected certain brain neurons together. Certain pathways to the brain were open when you knew how to write in cursive. Remember, we didn't have as many toys as they got right now, and we definitely didn't have no LED screens. This is why the youngsters are looking older than what, man. And Mason, I just cracked the code. It ain't the magic, bro. It's the screen. It's the phone, bro. It's the phone, bro. The phone be telling you, man. That's everybody. That's black, white, Hispanic, or Asian. Y'all gotta learn how to detox from y'all phones. Learn how to detox from your phone, because what happens is that LED. Spell out that word LED. Lead. What is lead? Lead is the most heaviest element on the periodic table. It is the element of Saturn. So this is why we watch LED screens. But wait a minute. Let me. I'm about to see if Dwayne about to get in here. Hold up. Let me make sure. I'll be right back after this commercial break.
If everyone would please rise for the invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Vice Mayor Scott Maxwell. Duly noted. Our collective atheism, which is to say loving empathy, scientific evidence, and critical thinking, leads us to believe that we can create a better, more equal community without religious divisions. May we pray together. Mother Earth, we gather today in your redeeming and glorious presence to invoke your eternal guidance in the universe, the original creator of all things. May the efforts of this council blend the righteousness of Allah with the all-knowing wisdom of Satan. May Zeus, the great god of justice, grant us strength tonight. Jesus might forgive our shortcomings, while Buddha enlightens us through his divine affection. We praise you, Krishna, for the sanguine sacrifice that freed us all. After all, if Almighty Thor is with us, who can ever be against us? We simply thank the atheists, agnostics, humanists, who now account for 1 in 5 Americans, and growing rapidly. In closing, let us, above all, love one another, not to obtain mythical rewards for ourselves now, hereafter, or based on superstitious threats of eternal damnation, but rather embrace secular-based principles of morality and do good for goodness sake. And so we prayed, so what? Thank you, Council.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Man, That was the atheist. That was the atheist mayor of I forgot what state that was, but yeah. If that's atheism, then that's 100% hypocritical. Because how can an atheist pray when they don't believe in any gods? Huh? How can an atheist pray when they don't believe in no gods? He coming. I just talked to him. He said he'll be in here in 10 minutes. I'm waiting on him right now, man. You know what I mean? You know, you know how the cut go, man. You know what I mean? Busy people do busy things. Ooh, oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, all cold pressed apple juice, bro. Better juice your own fruits. Juice your own fruits. Better nice cold pressed apple juice. What the when somebody said what the when he'll be in here in like 30 to 10 between 10 and 13 minutes. Why the hell would they say that in court? That's insane. Because contrary to popular belief, the American court system, the American justice system is 100% occultic. You know. Let me see what he said. You like Back to the Future? Yeah, yeah. Hell yeah, I like Back to the Future. Back to the Future keeps showing y'all. All of the time travel movies show y'all that number one, you can, time travel is real, but number two, every time travel movie show you that they always go back in time to correct some stuff. And you can do that. You can go back in time and correct things, and your present timeline will reflect that correction. Your present timeline will have the same things from the past timeline that you corrected, but only upgraded better for that particular time, right? So, for instance, if you had, let's say you had a test in, let's say you was in 1994, you was 6 years old or whatever, whatever many years old. Let's say you were 6 years old in 1994. Well, you know, at 6 years old, you lost your puppy. Your puppy got lost, and your dog got lost, and you lost your puppy, and that traumatized you. All right, and now, it's 20 years later, and you're 26 years old, and that same type of thing has happened, but this time, oh, you're not losing the puppy. This time, friends are getting lost because you are elevating your mind state, or people that knew you for a long time, you're losing them because you're becoming the new you. Soon, remember, when you become the new you, the old you's friends, places, peoples, and things begin to drop off like bad habits. It's simply because you are literally transforming into the new you. And when you transform into the new you, the old you's frequency has to it gets cut off by default. Because the old you frequency can't survive in new you's presence. The new you doesn't think like the old you. The new you doesn't feel like the old you. The new you doesn't see like the old you. The new you doesn't allow what the old you used to allow. The new you doesn't accept what the old you used to accept. The new you listens. The old you didn't listen. The new you thinks positive. The old you don't think positive. The new you pays attention. The old you was always distracted. The new you knows how to stay focused. The old you always was a scatterbrain. The new you know how to have patience. The old you always had impatience. The new you knows how to put a belief into what he stands on. The old you didn't know what to believe in. The new you know how to put faith in what he believes in. The new you know how to put faith in what he believes in. The old you The old you didn't have faith in what he believed in, right? The new you knows how to love. The old you knows how to be unloved, to be hurt by love, right? The new you knows how to meditate. The old you thought meditation was the devil. The new you knows how to manifest. The old you thought manifestation was Satan. They can't, this is what they mean by you can't serve two masters. There is no such thing. You feel me? You can have experience in both areas of life, but you can't live both areas of life simultaneously. You can't be a drug dealer while at the same time be a drug user. It's not gonna go hand in hand. Something gonna happen. Eventually, something bad gonna happen. Eventually, something bad gonna happen, and you gonna have to pick a side. You're gonna have to pick a side, but that's what the negative. With the positive, you can do all things through the Christ consciousness. Remember, Christ consciousness is a body. Christ is a body. The body of who? The body of Mother Nature. Right now, I can show you communion right now. You want me to show you communion right now? Hold on, I'll show you communion right now, man. Hold on 1 second, man. I'm about to show you communion right now. As a matter of fact, um, my wonderful arch sigil priestess of the High Court of the Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother of All Divine, can you prepare me a communion? And that communion would consist of the miracle, the superfood oil, as well as a you could just bring the shroom, and I'll show you what real communion is. And they give y'all fake communion in church. I'll show you what real communion is, and then that's going to prove that they give y'all fake communion in church. And where did they steal the real communion from? They stole the real communion from the goddess. Everything's been stolen from the goddess. Make no mistake in that. You worship Allah, they stole that from the goddess a lot. You worship Jesus, they stole that from the goddess Iesus, aka Aset, otherwise known as Isis. Is. That's why they call it. It is what it is. It is what it is. You just invoked Isis. You ain't even know that though, huh? Why is Isis? See, I'm colder than ice. I'm smoother than sand. Baby gangster head buster, known as the cleanup man. That's good knowledge. What's your view on Black Lives Matter distractions? All of it is distractions. All of it is distractions. All of it is distractions, Doc. Doc, this don't got nothing to do with live, but any advice on getting your first apartment? My advice would not to get your first apartment. Save your money. Save your if especially if you're living with your mom or your dad. Save your money. Live with your mom and your dad. While you're living with your mom and your daddy, stack your money and improve yourself. Go to the gym, work out, and become nice and strong. Read books and become nice and intellectual. Practice your character and who you're going to be to society in the mirror so that you don't look like a lame when you're going out here and you moving and you grooving in these people's streets. You know how to look a person in the eye while you're talking to them. You know how to articulate yourself so that you are understood properly and clearly. Your mom and your daddy gonna let you live in the crib. You can stack the bread. They're not asking you for no rent, is they? If they ask you for rent, then I'll say, yeah, you can get up out of there. You might as well just go get your own shit if they ask you for rent. You know, unless your rent is super dirt cheap and they actually feel like something like $200, that ain't rent. That's just, hey, show us you're responsible with something, son. Save your money. But let's say, oh man, I got to get me an apartment. If I were you, I would start off with an Airbnb. Go get your Airbnb that's gonna cost you about $1,500, $2,000 a month. And they got Airbnb apartments, monthly rentals, and booty woo rentals. Go get that, start with that. And just learn the system of paying, just learn the system of paying rent. You can pay it up at months at a time. But the good thing about that is what? You don't have to have no light bill. You don't have to have no Wi-Fi bill. You don't have to have no water bill. You don't have to have no apartment lease. You don't have to have a lot of things that come, a lot of perks with it. You don't got to go buy no furniture. They come fully furnished. Find the one that you want. You can easily switch and go to another apartment whenever you want because it's an Airbnb apartment. So I don't like this one. Okay, next month I'm gonna go. While I'm in this one, next month I'm gonna go look for another one. So many perks that comes with the Airbnb. The Airbnb, you'll be a fool to not, number one, invest into an Airbnb and live in one, and then learn how to take and own your own Airbnb so other people can live in them, like I do. Any questions? Yeah, but I started off in the Airbnb. I started off at the B&B playing D&D. I started off at the B&B playing D&D. Now here I am, abracadabra, voila, magic. Gemini started saying, you looking good. Man, you wasn't trying to holler at a nigga. You was playing games. You was playing games. Go be with that lame ass nigga, Gemini. Go be with the You over there with that old lame man. I gotta get wait. I gotta get my Atlanta accent on. No, not my Atlanta accent. I gotta get my Atlanta flow. I can't do the Atlanta accent, but I can do the Atlanta flow. I got New Orleans accent, but I can do the Atlanta flow. You heard me? Wait. Shaw, you don't get your ass go deal with that old lame ass nigga. That old lame ass. Them niggas, hey, the way them niggas say old lame ass nigga. I love the way Atlanta niggas say old lame ass nigga. oh man, that old lame ass nigga. Man, these niggas is, I ain't gonna lie, man. These niggas is lame out here for real. These niggas is lame out here for real. I done met them, man. They don't know how to talk to no woman. They don't know how to entertain no woman. They don't know how to put no woman in their place. They don't know how to handle no woman. They don't know how to make the woman the table and give the woman something to do. They don't know how to. They don't know how to invite the woman to submit to the program that they got going on as an independent entrepreneur. They don't know how to fuck a bitch. They don't know how to eat no coochie. They don't know how to blow a girl back out. You feel what I'm saying? They don't know how to tell the truth and say, hey, I want more than one. They don't know how to. They don't know how to operate life. They don't know how to take care of their kids. They don't know how to take care of their kids. They don't know how to be romantic. They don't know how to be disciplined. They don't know how when to tell a no. They don't know when to tell a yes. They don't look. They scared to approach the. They scared to approach the coochie today. They scared to approach the females today. Go look. You can't find them. No, you can't see them nowhere. Where they, just and the rest of them, they all skinny. They all skinny, ain't got no kind of frame on their body, man. They all look like they could. Most of them, the majority of the females that they with could beat them in a fight. The female be batting them all in their mouth, punching them. Yeah, they be getting, bro. Like That's why you think I be inside, man. I'd rather meet a bitch on the internet before I be going outside with these motherfuckers, bro. Cause ain't nothing outside. Ain't nothing outside. They either walking, catching the bus, catching the they catching the Uber. You dig what I'm saying? They soon as they meet you, they trying to soon as they meet you, they trying to empty out your pockets. So you might as well just go. I might as well just go to the strip club with my bitch and go get me some bitches because go get us some bitches. Let's woo de woo de woo. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, everything is transactional nowadays. Don't nobody believe in love. Don't nobody believe in all of the stuff that give you butterflies in your stomach. Yeah, all of the butterfly in your stomach stuff, they're afraid of it. You're afraid to talk to the female. You're afraid to get it rejected by the female. You afraid the female say this, you niggas is offended. So much you making podcasts about the bitches. Listen, these niggas got the only podcast about the females that I recommend is the Game Guy Goldie, bro. That's the only one I recommend out of the podcast that's talking about women. And I agree with 90 because I agree with 90% of the stuff he said. I agree with 90% of the stuff he said. They got a 10% factor that I don't agree with, and you're not going to agree with everybody 100% all across the board. But the majority rules. The majority rules, bro. And the Game Guy Gold to be dropping game on y'all, man. Game I used to live. Game I used to live, man. Yeah, man. I told you, if you don't know what it's like being in the kitchen, cooking up keys with 6 butt-naked broads, cooking up the dope for you, and then after they cook up the dope for you, they go run on a track and bring it back. You don't know what it's like to be me yet then. You don't, and to be the lucky charm. Listen, and the only times I went to jail is when I aligned myself with the wrong energies, bro. I can immediately see how every time I went to jail, I always went to jail when I aligned myself with the wrong energies. When I was doing my grind on my own and messing with the few, them laws stayed away. Them laws didn't know how to see me. Soon as I started keeping it too real, see, there's this thing called keeping it too real. When keeping it real goes wrong and the real start rolling, this is Tyrone. He decided to hang with too many niggas on the corner at one time. The police pulled up and now he's out of here. Whether it was dead or jail. Because that is true. Police pulling up on you and hitting you. I lived it already. I got a scar on my forehead right here on my third eye. I don't know if you can see it right there. That scar right here, that been on my forehead for 20 years. That's when a cop hit me across the head. You know the big old flashlights that they be carrying, them big old long flashlights look like Billy Club. Clocked me across the head with a flashlight. I had a knot on my third eye about this big, on my joint. You heard me? All over, all over. And I'm glad. At the end of the day, I'm glad it turned out how it turned out. It ended up only being, you know, what you gonna call it? Auto theft. What do they call it in my city though? They don't call it theft in my city. They call it unlawful use of a motor vehicle. I'm glad it only turned into that and not what it really was. Because what it really was, I wouldn't be out here. I wouldn't be out here. And man, I'm telling you, man, it's like the God has been having her hand on me my whole life, man, because plenty of times, I got myself into situations that I wasn't supposed to make it out of. I wasn't supposed to, make it out of. I told you, my own best friends try to bury me in the backyard. But because I know how to read room, because I know how to read body language, because I know how to express myself and not, and read a person's response to me, you know what I mean? I know when to back away and know when to fold them, know when to hold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You deal me, but I also know how to count my money when I'm sitting at the table. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, they're BANs, man. And straight BANs, Gemini, they BANs to the gristle. And see, that's what I don't got time for. I ain't got time for the BANs, the HANs, the PANs, the YANs, the OANs. I ain't got, man. Look at the ANs, man. Listen, the ANs, all of the different ANs, man. Look at, you got to still clear them because it's not about them anymore. It's not about what you feel anymore. It's about energy. It's about energy. And he said, I'm a BAN. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you are. I'm pretty sure you are. I'm pretty sure you are. If you have enough kahunas to label yourself as a BAN, you scary? Yeah, you're a BAN. See? They ain't men. I told y'all. He said he's scary. They ain't BAN. Man, hold on. I'm looking for a hero. I'm holding on for the hero to the end of the night. He gotta be strong and he gotta be strong and he gotta be smooth and he gotta be fresh from the fight. Heru. I need a Heru. Heru, the God. The reason why women don't submit to y'all niggas because y'all don't understand y'all not dealing with women. You're dealing with the goddess flow Christ energy now on the frequency of the planet. And in order to handle that type of frequency, you gotta be a God. Yeah, man. That's hey, bro. Yeah, man. That's crazy. And scary, man. Listen, scary people. I still clear all scary motherfuckers. If you a scary ass nigga, you stay the fuck around me. Why? Because you gonna bring, man. Scary niggas run off the money. Scary niggas don't know how to really get to the money. You know.
What's the deal, Doc? What you got going on?
Man, welcome the light side. Welcome to the light side, man. The light show part 2.
Oh, okay. I had to do it at the whip, man. The baby, he upstairs sleeping in the room. I ain't want to move his little ass. Wake him up.
How are you enjoying being a father?
New parts of fatherhood. I'm enjoying it. It's taking a while to get used to because I wasn't around with my first two kids. I wasn't around the first baby months. I was in the military at one, and me and my son mother we wasn't together. So this right here is I'm still adjusting to late nights, early mornings. The baby getting up. So
Man, you supposed to be used to that the way them white folks had you getting up for that military, nigga.
I mean, I'm used for that. Yeah, I'm used for
Them
that.
white folks had you getting up saying, he's screaming at me, no, McClain, you a piece of shit, you better get up right now there.
Yeah. The fuck?
What? Hey, I remember when I was in boot camp in jail, you heard me? Boy, them boys, they did me dirty.
I see you
They
was
did
talking
me
about jail.
dirty. They did me dirty, McClain.
I see you was talking about jail. What's going on with that?
Oh yeah, what I was talking about, I forgot what I was talking about, man. We were talking about we were talking about how these niggas is lame. They don't know how to talk to no females. They don't know how to interact with no females. They don't know how to sex no females. They don't know how to protect no females. They don't know how to get females to submit to them. The reason why the game is where it's at because these niggas is lame. They rather make a podcast about a bitch than go and cast a rod and catch them some fish on a bitch. You feel what I'm saying? So therefore, the majority of these niggas is listening to red pill content. The niggas in red pill ain't got no bitches like that. The niggas in red pill are butthurt because they don't get no coochie. Niggas in red pill wish they could have more than one woman at the same time. Then if they could, they would. If you think if Myron Gaines had more than one female at one time, you think he wouldn't be on this podcast? He wouldn't be talking on running games, showing you niggas how to run game to these broads? Nah, he don't know how to do that. He got to get a whole bunch of prostitutes and then they little youngsters. Their brain ain't fully developed yet. And you get a whole bunch of little undeveloped brain, little know nothings on the podcast, and y'all call that today's women. Man, you're crazy.
Well, Myron Gaines, you can't trust that nigga because he like part of the CIA or some shit. But
Yeah, that
I
nigga was
seen some
a
shit.
HSE.
I seen some shit the other day on Twitter. It was some punk ass page talking about don't let no woman ride you. Always have sex with the lights on. You always gotta be dominant. Just trying to get money out of these little dumbass niggas. You already know that's some dumbass shit. He was
Yeah.
talking about you are always stay in a position of power. So if you let a woman get on top, that's not a position of power. I'm like, you come on, man. You let them hoes,
So
you get
nigga, so you
tired.
basically saying nigga, you don't like a bitch to ride your dick.
Basically saying don't allow them
See,
to. That's stupid as
look,
hell.
these know what I'm saying, but these niggas is weird. What dude don't want no head and don't want no good ride?
I don't. And then sometimes when you having sex, you get tired. You want her ass to get on top for like 10,
But
15
hey, but
minutes.
no, I ain't gonna lie though. When they be riding it, you don't last as long when they be riding it.
If they doing a good job, no.
If they doing
No.
a good job, you gonna come fast if they riding it,
Fast
bro.
as hell. Fast as hell. Then
It's gonna be crazy.
I remember one chick, she rode, but she would ride, she would get on top horizontally and bend your dick. Like it was weird. She was an older chick, old as fuck. But yeah, these pages out here, I want to know why is it like that? Where has it happened to where these men can't get these women right? Like what's going on?
I don't know, bro, because I'm not encountering that problem, man. When I'm in public, man, when I'm in public with these females, they be trying to break their neck to get my attention so I can holler at them. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to,
Who is this dude? What do y'all think about the guy named Clavicular? I don't know who that is.
clavicular, Clav, man. Clav, what do I think about Clav? Uh Clav, he is the typical, what white people consider good looking, and he's born, he has money, his family has money. He is 100%, he's 100% with Kai and all of them. He with Aiden and Kai and all them.
Oh, the
So
streamer, the white boy streamer.
yeah, the dude that got the club, clavicular.
He
Uh
like 20 years old or some shit?
Yeah, he a little young dude with his own club. The club be popping, got all kind of celebrities in it. You know, he tied in with the people. You already know he tied in with
Yeah,
the
I
rich.
heard about that. I heard Kick put $1 million in him a day to put his content out.
Yeah, because his content is based in looks. So they got this thing that the white kids are doing right now called face look maxing. and they're doing they're doing all these little facial stretches, and they be hitting their face with a hammer and like fracturing their bones so that their face can heal up and so they can get that strong, that strong white chiseled Russians versus Rocky at the Apollo type of jawline. It's very about your looks, but you don't see these niggas working out. You don't see these niggas at the gym. You don't see these niggas eating right. They're not doing, these little youngsters, man. Youngsters, they
Even
on
with
the
all
computer.
that, all
They live
that's
their
gonna
life
do,
behind a computer now, Dwayne. They don't got no real
all that's
interaction
gonna
with
do
women.
is get you to pull a dude. Like I used to think that looking your best, having your best will attract more women. There's a 5% chance it would, but man, to get more women is pretty much up to how you talk and your confidence, how you feel about yourself personally. They can sense that shit.
Well, confidence is the number one thing.
So you can you can look your max, you can get in the gym, get in shape, but you're not about to get a bunch of females. Cause I remember one time I was at the club, there's this dude, clear as day, in the gym every day, muscles out the shirt. A penguin looking nigga left with more girls than him. It's all about how you approach and your confidence, how you speak.
Yeah.
When I learned that, I was like, all right, yeah, being in shape and having your muscles and all that right will help you attract more women, but to close them deals, it's all about the talk game, your confidence. If you corny, you corny. They gonna sense that. If you lame, you lame. They gonna sense that. Your mic muted.
I'm sorry. I look at it that's just the youngsters do what the youngsters do. Man, that's all youngsters care about when you're that young. You don't know nothing, so you care about looks.
Yeah, I learned that women will prefer you uglier. Like right now, my
Yeah,
facial hair
well, yeah.
growing out.
The reason why women would prefer you a little bit more unattractive than them is because they already know what comes with an attractive man. If any woman that has had an attractive man, they know broads are going to be on him. Females are going to be on him, and a lot, especially if he's a attractive man with all of the other boxes checked. You got to be a certain type. You got to be a certain type of female that's used to having a certain type of caliber of man around you. And there's a lot of the women that had daddies. Go look at the females who don't have daddies versus the female who do have daddies and the males that they attracted in their life as spouses, and you'll see that's a real statistical. You are your dad, that's your first boyfriend. And if you ain't got no and you ain't have no dad, then your first boyfriend was the first male you attach yourself to. So a lot of these females don't even have no daddies, man. So I be doing a cold-blooded Carfax on a female when I be talking to them. You know what I mean? Like, what's your relationship with your daddy? What's your relationship with your mama? What's your relationship with your children? What's your relationship like? Period,
Right.
man. Because a lot of the behavior that they have come from their parents or the lack thereof.
Mm-hmm. I agree, man.
Yeah.
I agree.
And
But
then a lot of these dudes, then y'all don't know how to buckle down hatches and just not chase your dick and improve yourself, bro. Improve your vernacular. If you don't know how to make a girl laugh, if you don't know how to make a girl, when you don't know how to talk to her and make her blush, if you don't know how to talk to her and make her go, oh, if you don't know how to talk to her and open her up, if you don't know how to talk to her and find out and learn who she is, because in order for a woman to truly respect you, you got to know her better than she knows her, because she thinks she knows herself, but we are the ones who are the analytical minds. This is why they said men are very cerebral, right? And we've got men, we love women so much, we dissect them and study them to a T, so much so they got podcasts after podcasts of dudes teaching other dudes on how to talk to females, right? There are self-help books after self-help books after self-help books about how to get along with females. Life would be nothing without females. I would not never want to be on a planet with a bunch of these dudes. Period.
yeah, but what I've learned this time in life, I feel like it ain't even worth it, man. Doing all that chasing, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I almost rather. Ain't nothing wrong getting some ass, getting you some women, but you pretty much putting yourself in the hole. Every female you talk to, no matter how much money you got, no matter what you're doing in life, and then they not gonna really big your life up. Like you're not really about to
But there
capitalize.
is the
You're not
law of
about.
looks. But no, there is the law of looks. The better
What
you
you
look
mean?
as a man, you will get the same treatment from females that women get from males if you're a good-looking male.
Yeah, if you're a good looking guy, you most definitely will. But I really feel like at the end of the day, it ain't even worth it at the end, man. I'm chasing all that ass. Like if I see a good looking woman today, I'd be like, man, it's gonna be a headache. Like no matter how fine she is, I gotta do all the chasing, I gotta do all the pursuing, I gotta do all the work. Like then there's gonna be odors. Humans is naturally have natural odors. It's gonna be odors. The sex ain't even of. I done had so much sex. I don't realize it ain't even as hype as I thought it would be. Cause what happens is we watch these adult films and we get this fantasy, and when we live it, it's two totally different things, man. So I'll
So
tell
you
my
feel
young
like you
man,
burnt out or something?
I don't feel like I'm burned out. I just know the truth what it come with. Like if I see a female now, say I see a woman, say I'm a single man, right? And I see a woman with some big ass and big titties, already on a beautiful face. I already know if I go approach that, I'm gonna have to do all the work. I'm gonna have to do all the pursuing, all the good mornings, all that.
Cause
She
you're not
might.
getting see y'all gotta go check out the game guy Goldie, man. 'Cause that's called getting chose with your mouth closed, Dwayne.
Even if you get chose, you still gonna have to
No,
put the work in.
listen. You do so, man. You don't know what it's like. Like I told the audience before you got up here. If you ain't had six butt niggas in the six butt naked females in the kitchen cooking dope for you, and then after they cook the dope for you, they go run the track and bring it back for you, then you don't understand females yet, nigga. You don't understand females to the level of that I understood females. Females done sold their vagina and brought the money back for me, bro.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I would say that again.
I'm a different breed of Mac.
Is it worth? I'm gonna ask you this: is it worth it right now to chase a bunch of ass?
It's never worth it to chase anything. The name of the game is called the law of attraction.
Even if it's attracted to you, is it worth it?
It's only worth it it's only worth it if it makes sense to your growth, sense to your overall growth as a man. Meaning, if this bitch might be a headache, but look at this bitch might be a headache, but she about to buy me a car. Headache well deserved. This bra right here get on my nerve, but she just gave me 5,000. That my nerves are where I need to be get on. This bra right here, this bra right here, she helping me with my business. She runs all my business things behind the scenes. Okay, her personality quirks and the things that may get on my nerves balance out. Why? Because she's putting in work to add to my life. So if a female is adding to your life more than subtracting to your life, it is well worth the tolerance for the pet peeves, because it's nothing but pet peeves at the end of the day. It's
I
pet
would
peeves at the
say
end of the
that
day.
maybe your position might be different. Maybe your different. Maybe your position is different. Maybe what you experience is different. But the average man, I would say, if you get 10 men, 9.5 of them, we only come across women that ain't gonna build or give shit to us. They're gonna take,
Because
take,
the
take. They're
average
not
man ain't a
bringing
man.
nothing
We
to us.
just
We gonna
you
have to make their
established that.
life
Look at
better. We
you
gonna
put me on
spend
that
money
game,
on them.
Dwayne.
I'm just saying,
You put me on that game.
even if you
You
get the
heard me?
average, even if you get
These
man,
dudes is lame.
your most manliest. I work in a business, right? With the business I work at, what? I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna say this. In the business I am, right? I'm in the cell phone business, right? I'm a manager at an AT&T store. If anybody want to know, you want a phone, come holler at me. I'll hook you up with the lowest plans, best phone. So in the business I'm in, I see couples come in all the time. What I see is lawyers, male lawyers, doctors, male men with businesses, and they women are cooping off the benefit of the man. It's rare I see the woman bringing anything to the table besides just leeching.
All right.
I seen the other day
So
a principal of a
let me break
school
something
came
down
in.
to you.
He had his little
I
white
got this
bitch.
from you. I was
He
watching one of
paid for
your
everything.
videos,
Took
and
her
you had
kids in. She had a
said
white
that
kid and mixed
the
kids. It was a black
you had
female.
said that
So he had
these
white
dudes
kids
out
and
here
mixed
are
kids.
lame,
Paid for
right?
everything.
Hello, can you
Is it
hear me?
me? Is it
I
my?
don't know.
Is it my?
I don't
Let
know
me
if I'm coming
cut
through.
my
Damn.
hello, yo. Can you see me?
I don't know. I think you might got a lag or
I
something.
cut the Wi-Fi
Testing
off.
one,
I don't know
two.
why
Testing 1, 2.
it tried to connect to that Wi-Fi. Let me refresh the page.
Yeah, refresh the page real quick. Uh, so in my understanding, so I was watching the video with Dwayne, and Dwayne has said that
Yo,
these dudes that Dwayne, yeah, testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2.
yo,
Hello,
yo. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Testing 1, 2. Can
I
everybody
can hear
hear
you.
us?
What I was saying is, I'll see numerous of couples come in from all races, white, black, Spanish, And I rarely see couples building together where it's both of them. Now, Grant, I'm not gonna go home with them, but what outside looking in, from what I see, a woman living off the benefits of what the man bring.
But
And
that's how the game. Remember, that's how the game's supposed to go because that's how the man achieves power. A man without a woman living off of him is not a man. The man was here? The Bible says man was put here to till the soil. What is the soil? Earth. What is the earth? Things go into the earth. Who represents the earth? Woman, right? So
Mhm.
we got to understand that the woman is the table. This is why in computer science it's called a motherboard, right? A motherboard. It didn't say a fatherboard. It's called a motherboard, right? And understand that a table is meant to be put things into and onto. So when a woman says, "I am the table," she don't know what she's really saying, but she knows what she's saying because it's in her DNA. She is saying, "Hey, I'm a table. What are you gonna do with me? What are you gonna put on me? Are you gonna have a banquet on me? Are you gonna have a buffet on me? Are you gonna have a private dinner on me? Are you gonna be able to take and turn me into a folding table? Or am I gonna be a dining hall table? Am I gonna be an event table? What kind of table are you gonna turn me into?" So first and foremost, the women are the table. Now, if you go and pick a table that doesn't commit to you, that's you on the lack of discernment on picking a table. If you don't know how to pick the proper table that's gonna fit your living room and match your decorations in the house that you bought because you the man and you making all the money, right? Then that ain't on the bad table that you brought home from the thrift store. If you went and bought your table from the thrift store, you're going to get a thrift store quality table experience. If you bought your table from Rooms to Go, you're going to get a Rooms to Go table experience. But understand that she is the table and every woman is designed to follow. It's just that the pickings of what's to follow nowadays are no longer there because everybody is too busy sucking the white boy dick.
yeah, I can agree to that. I can agree to that. I just
Back in
want
the day,
to.
back in the day, a man used to really run his household. He used to have the money, right? And he used to be able to feed his family and fulfill his purpose as a man. But now you have this system of whatever happened that done turned us into these docile, scared to experience life as niggas. And now we wonder why our women, black, white, Hispanic, or Asian, if you a white guy and you pay taxes to Uncle Sam, you a nigga like me. If you a Hispanic guy and you out here trying to get it out the mud, you a nigga like me. If you are whatever color, creed, or religion you are, we all some Negroes because we all got to pay taxes to Caesar. So stop acting like one of us is better than the other because we all got to pay taxes to Caesar. The only ones who got a free ride are the ones who saying F Caesar, and we call them the vagabond, panhandler, paupers, and manhandlers. But at the end of the day, it is my personal experience that when you are of a certain caliber of man, you automatically upgrade people's lives, and that includes females. Females are easily able to recognize that and choose you. And literally, when you get yourself at your greatest self that you see yourself to be, your greatest self in body, your greatest self in mind, your greatest self in discipline, diet, and money, you'll see that women holler at males. They just don't holler at them how males be like, "Oh, yo, what's your number, man?" But they'll holler at you. They'll make sure they'll come. You in a grocery store, minding your business. She gonna come out her way to bend over in front of you. She's telling you to ask for my number. Oh, you up in
So,
the
okay, let's use that example. A woman bend over from you, you ask for a number. You're gonna, as the man, you're gonna have to be the one to take her on the date, multiple dates.
Not
Yeah,
really.
yeah, yeah,
If she
yeah,
really
yeah.
listen, remember, if she really f with you like that, look, if she's really attracted to you, a woman that is really attracted to you don't care nothing about no date. She care about the same thing you care about. She care about that dick. She care about getting you in the sack. She care about how good you can f. She cares about how good you can eat the woo woo. She cares about how good do you know how to cuddle, how good do you know how to kiss, how good do you know how to pinch the nips. She wants to know, do you know how to lay it down and bring her to Pound Town, put her to sleep to take the keys to her car? That's what she wants to know. But a
Yeah,
lot of these dudes don't even
it's.
look like they could move the part.
Only thing I'm getting at is it's not equal in the love category. It's not equal. Women put themselves above men in society, and it's gonna always be like that. And that's that is a lifelong draining we're gonna have to deal with as men. Like, so the other day, right? Oh, a woman was like, my mom called me. She said, "Oh, this woman held the door for the men." I said, "You said, oh, that's a problem. What's wrong with her holding the door for the men?" She's like, he should be holding the door for her, which is correct. But still, ain't nothing wrong with a woman holding the door for the niggas. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We need some type of equality to where, because as long as we keep putting them on pedestals, that's where that drain gonna come from. We're gonna constantly keep, at
Nah,
least that's
man.
how I look at it from my perspective.
Think about it, bro. Think about it. Show me a nigga that got buku bras that has a horrible life.
Plenty of them. Shit, if you got buku
So,
bras, your
nah.
shit probably headache like a motherfucker.
Nah, man, look good. Show me I'm talking about show me a
And
dude
then
that
guarantee you,
actually I'm talking about
I guarantee you, if that love ain't unconditional, because we see this across the board from animals to humans.
but we as men are not supposed to be looking for unconditional love, Dwayne.
Here's the thing: we would take these women without shit. As soon as we lose our shit, they gone, and that's not right.
Nah, man. From
So,
my experience, I'm just saying from my experience, and I guess I guess I'm spoiled because I've had a unique experience with females, bro. I guess I'm spoiled, man. You know what I mean? Because from my experience, when you a man, especially a man that could that a woman knows will put his hands on something and do a nigga something, they treat you different, homie. Uh, when a woman has seen you got down and you done beat up a couple niggas, when a woman has seen, oh, at the end of the day, we're all animalistic at our core in biology. And a woman's DNA is saying, can I have a baby with him? Because the name of the game is be fruitful and multiply, procreate, further the species. It's always been like that. It's gonna always be like that. It's gonna always be some birthing because we need to keep continuing the species. Um, and it's go back to our animalistic nature. It is the biggest lion in the jungle that know how to beat up the other lions that get the pride. It is the biggest bear. It is the biggest fish, the biggest shark, the biggest whale every time that gets his pick of the litter when it comes to females. This goes across all nature. Show me one creature in nature that's not dominant in nature and don't have his pick of the females of that nature. You feel what I'm saying? So I look at things from a perspective when it comes to females. Females are looking for what's the most dominant gene, right? And that dominant gene is going to be able to procreate and amongst what he picks because he is a dominant gene. This is science. This is genetics especially when it comes like to black folks and white folks, right? Two black people can have a white person, but two white people can't have a black person. This is the genetic tail of the tape. This is the genetic evidence that melanin, or what we like to call black, is the dominant gene, right? And when it comes to females, it is the female that knows how to communicate to men the best, the female that knows how to communicate to men the best, the female that looks the best and knows how to manage her looks and know how to manage her coochie the best. Those are the dominant females. Those are the Oprahs. Those are the J-Los. Those are the Beyoncés. Those are the Lucy Lou's and the you name it. Everybody at the end of the day, we're animals. We are animals at the end of the day, and an animal gonna do what an animal gonna do, and that's what F like
hey,
rabbits.
what's the chat saying? Look some comments real quick.
Uh, what the chat saying? Boom. Two black people cannot have a white baby. That mean, remember what you call this is what he said right here. We'll just address that as the first thing I seen when you say look at the comments. Boom. He said, two black people cannot have a white baby. They can make a albino, but still that is not white. You are mistaken, my brother. Do you know that the Caucasian gene, or what you call the Caucasian gene, is a recessive gene, and it has the same molecules as the albino gene? There's only like a slight variation, but it's almost the same thing as the albinism gene. This is why Caucasian people get burned from the sun, because that Caucasian, being a Caucasian, is a form of albinism. So, and science has already proven this. What did you say about it, brother?
I feel like two black people. making an albino is technically a white person, in my opinion. But even though albinos don't get burnt, I don't know albino that got burnt from the sun growing up. I seen 2 of them.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
They got burnt.
You
My mic fucking up.
nah, you good. You good right now. You good right now. So if you go and Google black couple has white baby, you can go see the African couple. They just made that. This made world global news. The African couple that gave birth to a blonde hair, blue eyed child. They gave birth to twins, and then they had the other couple that gave birth to twins, and one of the twins was black, and the other twin was white. These are only found in and there were 2 black couples. It wasn't like a mixture. It was black on black. You feel what I'm saying? So it shows you that Caucasian people can't give birth to melanin, but melanin people can give birth to albinism and Caucasian. All right. When you look at these things, it shows you why they want us to think that we're less than. Why? Because they're only projecting what they are, right? Why do they want you to not believe in what you got going on? And why would they associate you with a chimp and call it chimping out when in actuality their DNA is of the chimp? The RH, monkey gene, the RH rhesus blood, you know what I mean? So it's
Right.
just a whole lot of propaganda, a whole lot of brainwashing when it comes to the MK Ultra that they got on our minds, bro. What do you think, man?
About what?
About these people and how they how they program us to believe that this thing called racism is real when it's not. It's just another thing to distract us.
They're doing a hell of a good job with it. This is that TV, man. That television. They're gonna tell you a vision. His story, that's history. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna constantly keep trying to cover up and hide something. And I want to try to find the proof of it, even though I heard about it. Who was it that spliced the genes up and made white people? Was it that dude Yakub?
Well, they got the proof
Somebody
of it.
spliced our genes.
They have the proof of it because they tell you that the melanin being has 0.3% Neanderthal, and the Caucasian being has 3% Neanderthal, between 2 and 3% Neanderthal. So 0.3 versus 2 to 3%. That's a lot of points to get to that 2 to 3%, especially when it comes to genetics. Every point counts when it comes to genetics. And it shows you that Caucasians possess the lack of melanin, and that lack of melanin has them disconnected from the sun. This is why the sun burns them, because they don't have enough melanin inside of them to absorb the rays of the sun. And because they don't have enough melanin to absorb them from the rays of the sun, they invented something called sunscreen. But little did you know, sunscreen is, rumored to be a melanin-based product. Let's say that, a melanin-based product. And if you put it on the infrared, when they put sunscreen on, it looks like blackface.
I can believe that. I can believe that 100%, man. What's somebody else in the chat talking about? Any more comments?
Somebody said something
Responding
about
to
the thumbnail about the Disney thing.
that story got covered up like a motherfucker. They did not want to talk about that at all. That story that make main news, that make mainstream news, they pick and choose what can be talked about and what can't be talked about. And this Disney having 29 to 27 people get picked up with child pornography will raise a lot of eyes, that will mess up their stocks, and that's too much. That's too out of it. And Disney has a history of hiring people with that type of background. I did an entire story on it like 2 years ago. A few of their parks did a bust where guys working at the park got caught with those charges. They did a prostitution ring outside of that, and come to find out, in this prostitution ring that was linked to working at a local Disney amusement park. And I think they're doing. They have a big hand in this child trafficking situation, and they want to keep this covered up. This story should have made many news. We should have known about the names of it. However, the powers that be is doing a damnness to keep the story from being talked about. We can all talk about it on the internet much we want, but till mainstream media talk about it and we have no control over them, nobody gonna know about it. You know, and I think it's messed up because Disney is geared towards the kids. And it's always that. It's always somebody who has a program for children that's messing with the children. Those people are sick individuals.
Hey man, sick implies that they can be healed or something. Do you think
Nah, I don't think they can be healed. Nah, I don't think
pedophiles
they
can
can
be healed from their sickness?
Nah.
I wouldn't call it sick, man. I wouldn't call. I can
Yeah,
find some sick people at the hospital.
once something that gets you erect or gets you off or turns you on, like right now, because something that turns you on, the same stuff that been turning you on your whole life turns you on to this day, and that
Right.
can't stop. Whatever you attracted to is what you're gonna be attracted to. So if they're attracted to children, unless they can stop themselves from doing what they do, I don't think they can stop them. Because if you look how much damage Disney has done, think about how many people
But
came
Mother
out of
Nature's
Disney.
stopping them right now, right?
Yeah, I would say Mother Nature stopping them. The karma getting them, the world getting them, God getting them. It's a matter of time before it happens. It's just that it's a matter of time for Disney to get the veil lifted, for society to see it, and Disney to go down. They are probably one of the biggest culprits in all this.
So you think overall, what happened on the ship? What happened on the cruise ship though?
I gotta go back and read the story. I know it was like 27 people got caught in a bust of having those type of images on their files. So I need to go look it up and read against the story. I know the first time I read it, I just glanced through it, and all I seen was the headline, like Disney, 27 people arrested, charges. That's all I needed to see, but I should have read deeper into it. Cause that's some really wild stuff. Disney getting down like that. I know y'all need to go out and look at the stars too, man. Venus is out and Jupiter. Been heavily obsessed with looking at the planets, and I'm kind of going back on my flat Earth thing, man. Because if you can look in the sky, right, and you can see Jupiter is round as a motherfucker, and has it's a full planet with moons. You can see moons. What makes you think that we ain't on the same type of thing? That's all I'm getting at. I'm like, man, is it flat Earth or really? Because if you can look at a telescope right now and look at Jupiter and see its moons, and we got a moon, what makes you think that we not the same type of shit? That's what I'm getting at. We got a moon. You can literally look at a telescope right now and see them. Somebody pull it up. Yeah, so if y'all out right now, right beside, if you the southeast area or of the United States, you can look outside right now and you see the moon is in a crescent. To the left of the moon is a planet Venus. A planet doesn't flicker like a star. It's a solid light. That's how you know a planet from a star. And they all out, man. And I'm trying to understand the sky more. I'm trying to understand what we in more. You know, I am still believing that the earth might be flat, but judging from that information, just being able to look at a planet and see the planet is round as a bitch, what makes me think that I'm not on a round planet my damn self? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I might be going back on my flat earthness. And I've been a flat earther for the past 12 years. 12 years on flat earth. I would say my whole life I was kind of heavy on flat earth because I ain't never felt like I was in the ball. Or is what we see in the sky fake as hell? Like stuff was planted there. Who knows? But if y'all look out the side in the sky right now, you'll see Venus and Jupiter. They're out. And I like looking at the planets. You can actually see Saturn through a telescope. You can see the rings around it. You can see the solidness of it. You can see all different moons around it. You can see Neptune. And this Christmas, I'm gonna buy me a really, really nice telescope and look at the skies because I'm obsessed with it. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm obsessed with it. You know, I know what Doc got going on. His mic kind of acting crazy. I can't see y'all chat right now, but I wish I'd have more prepared for the night live. I know I said I was going live last night, but I called him to the last minute. I know I hit the man up for a thumbnail about 9 o'clock. and he sent me the live. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know it was gonna live. I thought it was for tomorrow, but I will be more prepared tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Where I won't be in the whip. You know, I have my lighting and stuff ready. You know, we could probably even do a day show if need be. So I'm down for that. Just let me know ahead of time. You know, be up at the beginning of the show, both of us in tune, on the same type of time, on the same type of page. You know, I haven't had any new recent events come along. I still get them annoying as crackers pull up every day at the phone store. I'm annoying as hell. They be thinking they deserve the world. That's annoying as hell. I'm trying to think if I got any stories to tell y'all. I usually have stories, man, but I really wasn't. My mind wasn't geared. I know what happened to me. But like I was telling them, tomorrow, if you let's solidify it tonight. Cause like today I was caught off guard. I really didn't know who it was because we didn't talk about it all day or for a set time what was going on. So I made plans and shit. That's why I was unprepared tonight. So I apologize on my end for that. But tomorrow, let's get us a time set to where you want to go on. I can clear my schedule out. I'm good. And I can be a little more professional with it tomorrow because I got caught off guard with it. Cause I had my blog ready for the Disney shit, and then I had my blog ready for the Drake Iceman review. I ain't know that nigga dropped 3 albums, you know, but that nigga dropped 3 albums. And I need to look into. Hey, I want to ask you this: why is it always Jews that run music industry?
Because that's
always Jews.
Well, because that's the. Hello, testing 1 2. Can you hear me?
No audio.
No audio. Hold on, let me check this out. You can hear me now? You can hear me now?
I don't know why the hell is the Jews. Lucian Grange is one guy Drake talked about a lot in his little segment. He talked. I can't hear you. Nope.
He said everybody else said that they could hear me.
There's a bunch of them. I wonder why is Goldman those names. I wonder why it's always a Jew. Like, what's their infatuation with being record execs? Is that because they just love money? I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're going to look into it and see what it is about the Jews and why they like what they like to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna just hop off right now. I'm gonna let Doc know I gotta hop off because I'm ready to go in. I ain't gonna lie to you, I had a long ass. But I will be prepared tomorrow. Right? You know what I'm saying? I got stuff put aside. We gotta talk a lot about different celebrities. I might need to go put some audio down for a few breakdowns tomorrow while I got the time. My little man, boy, he went crazy today, man. He was just screaming top his lungs. I'm like, little dude, what did I do to you? You know what I'm saying? But that's just part of being a father, you know what I mean? Y'all want to have kids, have them. And what I was telling the men earlier, I wasn't telling y'all to not get relationships with women. I'm just living y'all the truth of what it really is. If you do decide to get into it with a female, be prepared for it to be an 80-20 split. It's not about to be 50-50. What I mean is, she not about to reach out to you, and where it's going to be you caring about her feelings all day long. It's almost like if my man has so many mental issues and mental problems, we still can't hear you, Doc.
They said they can hear me. You the only one that can't hear me.
Look, let's just hop on tomorrow, man, because I can't hear you, but I got to pill out.
All right.
I'm about to pill.
All right, bet.
Gone.
All right. Let me hold on. They said they can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Testing 1 2. Can you hear me? All right. Well, yeah. Tomorrow we're gonna link up. Yeah, because Dwayne, I think he's driving. That's why his the thing was lagging. So tomorrow we're gonna get it in, man. You feel me? Tomorrow we're gonna get it in, and we're gonna talk about what we talk about. You did? Bet.
You're watching High Megas Supreme. Comment, follow, share, save, like, subscribe, get notified. The Black Cube Codex, Saturn exposed, sovereignty restored. Aries, money, algorithms, forced money into your life today. Chakra Doctor .xyz